All right. Little painting shenanigans tonight, I think.
Oh, forgot to put my headset on. Be right back.
Probably be good if I plug my headphones part in too. Hello. How's it going, Quantum?
Good, just had to set my headset back on.
Yeah, it's kind of important.
I had to charge it. Been using it for the last 3 days now. Surprised it never went dead on me.
Oh yeah.
I swear, Mutiny reminds me of that Hot and Cold song from Katy Perry. Have you ever heard it?
No.
Huh. Oh, nice. I'm interested in what you're gonna. Either you're gonna make it brand new or you're gonna make it dirty. What you gonna do?
Well, maybe I'll do one of each. I don't know. Trying to figure out why.
You're gonna actually draw on it?
Yeah, but it just suddenly decided it was going to not use my pen preferences for this program for whatever reason.
Huh.
Probably because the Wacom control center is closed, so we'll just load that up. You go wherever. Not doing a driver update because everything breaks every time we do that. Yeah, maybe we'll have to actually reload Substance for that. That's a pain in the butt. I thought I had this sorted out before I went live.
Don't forget to save.
Saving right now, that's what's taking a little bit here. So we will close this and reload this. I always start out clean when I work on these. It's just easier. You can dirty things up endlessly after that.
True.
That's the key. And now the weight. Close that. You see I got my ZBrush scene up here. I optimized my two main parts up, but funny feeling I'm going to optimize them back down. So what it is, I upped them additional subdivision level, which is adding quite a bit of geometry. What I might do instead, just to get things really nice and smooth, is I might separate some of these other loose parts to subdivide them.
Yeah. Earlier, you said you subdivided your model, but to make it more smooth.
Yep.
In some places. I was curious, did you go and subdivide only the areas you wanted to subdivide, or did you do the entire model?
No, I did the entire model.
Oh.
Yes, in practice it's probably not a good idea to do that, but I really wanted to just kind of see how Substance Painter kind of handled pushing a million polygons around and painting. Seemed to do alright actually, so I'm kind of happy with that.
Yeah, they recently updated the whole thing about that. I read it in the updates, but unfortunately I don't think the Macs got the memo.
Yeah, they optimized a bunch of stuff, which is great. I have to be a little bit smarter about optimizing my scene. Let's see if my proper pen navigation works in here. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas. Alright, so one of the things I hadn't done yet is I hadn't updated the sword and the gun yet, so I was going to start filling that.
By update, you mean you didn't unwrap it, or did you mean
No,
other
they're
things?
unwrapped. I just haven't painted it yet. So, so if I go solo mode, this is what I've got set up for my gun. And I actually did the blade separately this time, so I can actually access the blade itself just for painting purposes. I'm going to pose it at some point, so that might be helpful. Maybe, we'll see. I'm using my screenshotted versions of this as reference just for the colors, and so you can see I've actually already dropped the color layers on here, which are the same color I have on the Mac. Haven't decided on a base property for like something is like leather or something is metal, that kind of thing. So it's just gonna be flat colors for now. And all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the polygon fill tool to grab different elements on here and fill it with color.
Oh, all right. Now, how do you think the pure randomness, really, on this whole conversation part? But since you're in Painter and all, I was curious, how do you think about the whole skin normals in Painter? Do you think they're all right? Better?
What do you mean?
Well, Painter comes with default skin normals, like bumps and whatnot. Do you think they could be better? Do you think have you ever used them before?
What do you mean by skin normals? I guess is what I'm a little curious about.
Well, if you go to textures, they should be right there. I just cannot remember what they're called right now. Unless you want me just to load it up and tell you. That's good. I'll just load it up.
Load it up and tell me what you're talking about while I'm painting here.
All right. Oh, you modified your tools recently, the swords.
Oh?
They seem a little bit different, or at least the sheaves look a little bit different than they did before.
Same ones.
Yeah, it's just skin, but it's what is that fucking word?
Watch your language.
Sorry. Pores. I think that's it. That's the word I was looking for. There's pore normals in Painter under textures. Now I was wondering if you think they are good or not.
That could be a good place to start.
Weird. Didn't know they had that.
It could be a place to start. See, all the skin I usually do is like a hand-painted skin, so in terms of just making that skin really nice, it really just depends on what your approach is, right, and how real you want it to be. Substance Painter default skin material is pretty decent, like jumping off point for skin. So I'm going to switch to the purple color here. I think it's going to be more practical. Oops. More practical to put the pink above because I'm going to fill this. Oops. Fill this like so. Try to reference what I had on my when I did my original color schema. Normally what I do is I'd bake it actually from ZBrush into Substance and then I would maybe fill it in afterwards, but I took a different approach this time. Now, what's that? So many screenshots. It's actually black there. Okay, so leave that like so. Go to my top color, my dark color. I come back to painting here. Oh, it looks like I missed one spot there. Got going on there. That's weird. I might have to track that down later. Don't know why I'm coughing. Alright, I'm gonna bring that back to all. That unifies it a little bit, eh? So now I really gotta just pick materials for the gun and such. But now that I got colors on everything, I need to make the decision on whether I grunge this up. So I'm gonna probably start. I'm gonna do some grunging because having it pristine, I think, is just a bad idea. So I go on the back part lower. I'm gonna solo. Oops, I want the lower back. I want this part here. And once that loads all these guys up, I'll leave that random layer there. I'm gonna grab all three of these guys and put them in a folder. Colors. This gives me a little more control over them if I hide them in a folder, because then I could blend them additionally or add an additional mask on there. Hello, Zectico on Picardo. So I think what we're going to try now is look at some different masks for this, and I can see I got other problems going on here with some normals that I'm going to have to fix. But we'll take a look at some mask effects first. See what we can create. Come on now. There we go. So now this does not affect the normal, but I'm going to affect everything else where this particular layer hits. So the base metal that I have on this mesh is like pretty intense. So maybe what I'll do, I want this one to be outside of my color box. And so I can hide that. I've got this titanium on here, and I just mat it a little bit with its roughness. I want a little bit there, not a lot there. I'll go back up to here, and maybe we'll add just a little bit. I don't know how much height I want on this, just a little bit for now. And we're going to adjust the roughness right up on it. Thank you for the follow, Zectico.
What was with your mic all of a sudden? It really jumped up. Did you just move or something?
No, I didn't. I just turned it on and off. Is it actually sounding loud again?
Oh yeah, it is really loud.
Alright, I'm going to drop the gain back down on it so that it's not crazy. I'll be right back. I gotta tuck my wife in. 5 minutes tops, guys.
Oh yeah. By the way, it's only loud in Discord. It's not loud on the stream. I should probably tell him that when he gets back. The following sound. I'll make sure to tell him that. I didn't I have the thing muted, so I didn't hear what it sounds like. Did it like blast off or something? I'm actually quite curious now. You must have had it like mute if a person refollows. Of course, then again, you followed on Picard and I followed on Twitch. Yeah, I guess that would be a little bit jumpy. Really, streamers really don't have that on Picardo. That's interesting. Hmm. Yeah, I believe he streams on
I'm
Bacardo,
back.
Twitch, and YouTube. Oh, okay.
So the question is my mic still loud?
Okay, apparently it was only loud on Discord. I checked it out on Twitch, and it's not actually that loud. It's actually normal, like the same volume as mine.
Weird. Do you have me turned up on Discord?
Yes.
Well, there you go.
But to be fair, I always had you turned up on Discord.
All right.
Did you do something recently with your mic?
No. Yeah, I turned up the gain today a little bit because everybody was complaining that my mic sucked again, so now that I've kind of established where that corrosion is going to fall, I've turned off the color to get a better idea of what it looks like on the metal. And it's a little bit intense for me. So first thing I'm going to do is actually just dial down the layer. And I guess the base color part of it's not going to be that helpful. So I'm affecting right now, the height is what's affecting things the most dramatically. So I can dial down the overall effect, and I've probably dialed it down a little too far. I want to get a little bit of light reflecting on there. And I want to bring it up just a little bit. This would be like the first layer of grunge on here. And now I want to reflect on how this looks on the overall mech and see if we're going in the right direction.
Might be too much. Slightly too much.
Yeah, you think it's too much grunge?
Yeah. I mean, I like the grunge, but just slightly more towards the edges would probably be better. You want it to be like used, not like overused, right?
All right, let's reset the layer. I'll add a new layer back in. New fill layer. Ooh, it's so shiny and clean. I have before.
Agreed. That was weird.
All right, we should be back up here any second.
No!
Slubs, yeah.
It's another advertisement.
It's Streaming Labs OBS version. So it's integrates all of like Picardo and YouTube and Twitch's streaming alerts. You can track things like your donations, all the cool kid toys, I guess. All in there, so that's fun. So this is our edge scratches, and I like this one a lot, even with a little bit of color is fun. Add a little bit of height on a layer, it gets quite nice. A little bit, like very subtle, right? You almost want to
Yeah,
go.
a little set. If you think my mic has turned down, I did turn it down.
I just thought that you were very quiet, that's all. So that's kind of fun, actually. I really like that texture, I think. To take the color off, we get really the real effect of that. Although, I almost think a color on here might be nice if I blend it in a certain way. So if I go back onto my base color and I try to blend that, multiply is probably not the right one for that, especially since it's a white.
Yeah, I decided to turn down my intensity because I seem to be a little bit overpowering you in your Twitch stream.
That's terrible. Stop doing that. I don't want to be overpowered.
Yeah. And I it seemed to turn it up more. That doesn't seem right.
So I guess complementary color here would be actually purple.
Testing.
It's funny how that can add such a nice little effect to the metal. That's right, Lintel.
Okay, I think I turned down the wrong one.
Shame on you, Quantum. Shame on you. It's almost feel like if I'm doing an edge coloring like that, I'd almost want to add a subtle bloom or glow. Make things pop. Might be alright though.
Is there a way for you to turn me down through your streaming?
There is not
I'm
a way
always
for me to turn you down in the sense that I can turn down the desktop audio. It's funny actually, I'm not sure why Discord's picking up properly through the program because I haven't actually launched the Discord host manager. I wonder if they fixed it on their end so that the audio can be picked up via streaming. So what I've done is I'm turning down my desktop audio. I've turned it down 5 decibels if you want to check.
All right, testing.
So I like this, but I almost feel like this makes it feel like I've got almost a leathery texture as opposed to metally texture.
I think we're even right now. But if your watchers would like to sure.
Go.
What's the word for it? Give their opinions. That's it.
Lintel, what do you think, man? What do you think?
Am I still overpowering Larvantholos? Really does help that me and you take turns, though.
Or do we?